Hi, this is Trin Johnson and welcome to Dust in My Eye. If you like this video, please hit the like button. And if you want to see more of my videos, please hit the subscribe button. And if you want to be notified every time a new one comes up, hit that cute little bell. Hi everybody. I'm back uploading videos again. I'm sorry I kind of took some time off last year. It seemed like everything I had going on in 2020 got pushed to 2021, and so it got a little busy and a little hectic, and I just didn't have time to do this. So I'm going to try and do it a little more frequently this year, and this is my first one, and it's of the year. It's a pastel painting that I enjoyed painting very much, and I hope you enjoy watching it. Thanks. My beautiful reference photo was a free download from Pexels. That's spelled P-E-X-E-L-S. The photo was taken by Karolina Grabowska, and I modified it slightly and took out a pile of wood that was on the left-hand side that suited my painting better. I sped up the video this time quite a bit at the beginning, and then not as much in the rest of the video, but a little bit because I wanted to make it a reasonable length. I found that I had a lot of dead air when I was stopping to pick out the pastel that I wanted to use. And that took a while, and so it's I think pretty clear what I'm doing anyway. And I don't think you needed all the slow, painstaking choices I was making while I was choosing my pastel colors. I'm going to finish sketching this in, and then I'm going to block in color all over, and then I take a chamois cloth and kind of smudge it all over the painting just to kind of give me a back layer. And when I get to that point, I will come back in and talk to you some more. But meanwhile, you can just sit back and enjoy watching. Now I have a nice base layer, and I'm going to work on my larger strokes on my painting and start with some of the darker colors. I decided to use an analogous color scheme instead of a local color scheme. I thought it would be more interesting, and I tend to get bogged down with paintings having to look like the photo, and I really was trying to get away from that. So I used mostly turquoises and purples, mauves, a little bit of a pinky peachy color, even some little gold accents at the end, and a reddish kind of brownish color for the trees. Trying to make myself stay away from green trees and white snow and a gray driveway path. I thought it would be more interesting if I went with purplish tones. I'm painting today in my kitchen with natural light coming in through the window, and once in a while I have bopped the camera, so if it bounces a little bit, that's what it is. Although I tried to cut most of that out so you didn't have to watch it go up and down, but just to let you know. So you can also kind of see the shadow of my head moving around in my hand, but that's because it was shot with the natural light. Partly because I think it's kind of nice to use natural light, especially this time of year when it's so few and far between, but partly because my ring light is not working right now. We're trying to fix that. I liked the way the two trees kind of reach across the road towards each other. I thought that was kind of a neat thing from the photograph, so I wanted to keep that in. Okay, we have officially hit the ugly stage, something that a lot of my pastels go through in the middle. But hopefully you'll see it on the other side if you hang in there. Like Karen Margulis says, they always go through a funky stage, so just hang in till the end. I'm trying to use some bigger marks now to loosen up the painting. I found that green at the end of the path was looking like a little Christmas tree, and that wasn't really what it was at all. And so I'm trying to get away from the Christmas tree feel. Just reconnect all my pieces in a looser style is what I'm trying to do, with bigger, bolder marks. You can see I'm still working on that tree shape, trying to blend it out a little bit. And now I'm trying to get some of the turquoisey color into the sky so that it echoes the turquoise in the trees, and get a little in the snow so that it's reflecting in the snow also. Now I'm trying to reclaim the white line of snow down the center of the road, get my bearings again. At this stage, I'm really trying to use bigger marks if possible and not get bogged down in the details, although I do come in and try and fix the end of the road because I kind of lost the curve, and I want to get rid of that idea that there's a tree at the end of the road. So as much as possible, I try to use bigger strokes rather than small ones. Trying to carve out the road with negative mark making. Same with the space under the trees there. Use a little negative mark making. I ended up using quite a few different colors on the road, but I think in the end that made it more interesting because you can see little bits and pieces of all the colors that ended up there. I'm also trying not to wed myself to the photograph. I want my impression of the photograph, not a photorealistic interpretation of the photograph, because that's not really the way I work most of the time. See, now I'm trying to carve out the top of that by taking away and then reiterating that space. I was trying to get the dip from the two sides of the road to down to the road that I get kind of lost in the shuffle. Now I'm really working on that area, trying to make it less of a tree and more of a negative around the pink tree, the peachy tree. And everything's covered in snow and the snow is falling, and I'm just trying to get that feel in the background. Tone down the darks in the background. And here I go with the gold color, just a pale version of it at first. And now a little darker. And now a little rusty in there. Really trying not to get too bogged down in details. Carving out those trees that are leaning up against the trunk of the tree on the left. Now I'm trying to deepen those trees a little bit and reestablish the branches. I don't want to draw all the branches in, even though there's a bazillion of them. I just want to get the impression of all the branches. And working on little dark accents in the weeds. To make them more varied and more interesting. I found that color was a little too light and I needed something darker with less pigment or hue, not pigment. It's got lots of pigment. Less of a color, more of a dark. Now I'm trying to get some darker purple ish kind of color instead of the green so much. Trying to get away from that a little bit. Get some of the lights in on those fairy-like trees. Slowly getting away from the Christmas tree at the end of the road feeling. Now I'm trying to get the highlights and really lighten up that area. Try and get a direction where I want the eye to travel from the top to that point, from the road to that point. Trying to get back some of the branches I lost, which was rather futile. Which you'll see when I get further on. Now I'm working on the leaves on the trees. starting with the darkest first, and then I will go lighter and then go for highlights. Trying to keep my marks bold. I'm trying not to get bogged down in every little leaf detail. Now a little lighter, trying to establish the leaves better, or in some instances the lack of leaves, painting kind of negatively around them. No, I shouted so hard I broke the heck out of the pastel. It just was crumbling. But those were the kind of marks I was after, so it's okay. Trying to carve out that top part. And lose that Christmas tree feel. Again, trying to make bigger, bolder representations of the leaves. And now I thought it was a little too homogeneous, so I was trying to get some depth back in them. And I'm back to trying to reestablish some of the branches. And there you go. It's always nice to put a mat around it and see where you are. Well, this was my final piece. I hope you enjoyed watching it. Please check out my Etsy shop, Dust in My Eye. I have a lot of my artwork for sale there as prints, and I also have my cute little monsters. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.